Hi there, I want to talk to you a little bit today about arthritis. I was actually on the phone this morning talking to my 73-year-old aunt, and she was telling me how so many of the women in our family have been suffering with arthritis and severe joint pain in the back and the knees. And some time ago, one of my sisters had a similar situation where she could hardly walk. The knee would swell and get stiff, and she really couldn't walk. It was hot, just inflamed, and of course, you can't keep taking ibuprofen and pills all year round and not expect some major side effects. Long and short of it, they were offering her cortisone shot in the knee, which is not a permanent solution. It'll help some people for a few months at best. I also know of people who have had cortisone shot in their joints and it has made them into a diabetic, okay, because it's steroid, and steroids cause your blood sugar to spike. And so my sister did not see that as an option. I encouraged her to try to see a naturopathic physician in Jamaica where she lives, and she did. And the naturopathic physician does not use drugs. He grinds and makes his own medicine from natural herbs. I believe what he gave her had turmeric and ginger and fennel seed and cayenne pepper, just to name a few. So whatever he gave her, he ground them up and put them in capsule forms, and I believe my sister took them for about a month, and she became totally pain-free with no inflammation in the knees. Now, before she left, she told me that before she left, he said to her, I'm going to give you a remedy, medicine that you can do for yourself, that if you do it on a regular basis, you will never end up with joint pain or arthritis again. Arthritis means disease of the joint, and it's inflammation that leads to pain, fever or redness, hot joint, stiffness, and severe pain. And with that inflammation in the joint, very often it just totally erodes the joint to a point where you have bone rubbing on bone. Very, very painful. Normally you can exercise, so if you were overweight before, you will become more overweight. If you were not overweight, you will become overweight because you can't move, can't exercise, and you tend to eat more also when you can't move around. So I have tried it. What I have here is the recipe that the naturopathic doctor gave to my sister. It smells really good too, and I'm going to share it with you because it works. If I ever feel like I'm coming down with a cold and my usual apple cider vinegar and ginger and lemon and lime and that kind of stuff is not really doing the job fully, I will turn to this tincture, and it just knocks that stuff out of my system. So I'm going to share it with you because I did use it for my joints. I used to have joint pain, particularly my left knee, and I would have lower back pain, and I have it more if I'm inactive, like during the winter time when it's a little cold and we're not as active. I'll get more of a, like lower stiffness and stuff. But I haven't had any arthritic pain since I started eating better, eat less inflammatory foods. Inflammatory foods are like foods that have sugar and bread, white flour, a lot of meat. If you're on mainly a plant-based diet, then that's an alkaline diet. that will ward off inflammation. But if you're a meat eater and you eat junk food, sodas, so-called juices, these fast food stuff, and a lot of sugar, coffee is inflammatory, then definitely alcohol, then you could end up with arthritis even later on in your life, which when you get older and you have arthritis, you become dependent on people, and that's not so cool. So here's a remedy that I'd like to share with you. It's an anti-inflammatory, will certainly knock that inflammation out of the joints. And also, if you have a cold or anything inflammatory going on in your body, it'll certainly help to boost the body so the body can fight this and heal itself. Okay, so the recipe is, this is what it looks like in this jar. So you're going to need a glass jar, okay, and you're going to need some ginger, and you're going to need some turmeric. The reason why it has that orange color is the turmeric. So you're going to need ginger and turmeric. For this size jar, which I believe this is I think this is a 16-ounce jar. I have about a 1/4 pound of ginger and about a 1/4 pound of turmeric, and also vodka. I don't think it matters if it's cheap vodka or expensive vodka. So I grated the turmeric root and grate the ginger root. Put them in this glass container, the ginger root and the turmeric root. Pour vodka to fill it up, and then you put the lid back on. You know, tighten the lid, make sure it's nice and tight so air doesn't get in. And you put it somewhere where it's dark, like underneath your kitchen counter or somewhere where it's dark. Let it sit for 2 to 6 weeks. The longer, of course, the more potent it is, the stronger it is, the more beneficial it'll be. When I first did it, I had it sit for 2 weeks, but it's been sitting there for a long time and it won't go bad. And then this doctor told my sister to take 1 tablespoon of this liquid, okay, 1 tablespoon of it every day before going to bed. And he told her that if she does this, she'll never have any joint pain or arthritis issues again. I've tried it. It works like a charm. My sister doesn't have any knee pain or arthritic issues anymore. And we know that it works really good. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay. Turmeric and ginger are natural anti-inflammatory. And I also read that vodka is also a natural anti-inflammatory, and the vodka would help to preserve the ginger and the turmeric so this doesn't go sour. It smells so good, and it also tastes really good. Okay, take care of yourself. Remember that what you eat is what you are. Your food is your medicine, and this is food. And your medicine, your food is your medicine is your food. Another thing with regards to arthritis is if you're overweight, it doesn't help. And like I told my aunt this morning, you know, she's got to lose some weight. Okay, so if you have a lot of weight on, and all that weight creates quite a bit of stress on your back and also on the knees and all the joints really, and it doesn't help. It's a lot of trauma on the joints. So another thing to do is to lose weight, cut back on your calorie intake, eat healthy, plant-based diet, cut back on the portion, try to lose weight so that you can overall be healthier and your joints also will not suffer as much. Apple cider vinegar is really a good anti-inflammatory that also helps to strengthen and heal the joints. I take 2 tablespoonfuls of apple cider vinegar every single day. I just pour it on my food because I can't tolerate it very well if I take it on an empty stomach. So I pour it on my dinner, and it really helps to control the weight, make you feel stronger, heals the digestive tract. My aunt today was also telling me that she has severe gastric reflux, and I shared with her how apple cider vinegar and baking soda cured. I was able to use it to cure myself of gastric reflux, which bothered me for years, and all the doctors would do is give me Nexium and Pepsid and all of those things, and none of them worked. And they're bad for your joints anyway. Pepsid and Nexium, they destroy your bone. So apple cider vinegar. What I did when I had a reflux issue and found out about the apple cider vinegar and the baking soda to heal the gastric reflux, I used two tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, raw apple cider vinegar with the mother, and a quarter teaspoon of baking soda together, and I took that on empty stomach for 2 weeks, 14 days. Then I stopped for 14 days and started again for 14 days. And I have not had gastric reflux probably in 4 years. Okay, so it really does work. So take care of yourself till we meet again. God bless you, and enjoy your tincture.